Hey everyone, and welcome back to Weekends with a Silver Fang. I am he, a Silver Fang. We are once again playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. Bam, bam, bam. We last left off yesterday. Sorry, I'm just savoring the caffeine I have ingested, and I delayed having any sugar or caffeine until right before the stream. So it's gonna take a minute for it to really kick in. Trials and tribulations, the stolen turnabouts. We last left off, searching, because we ran out of time. And weren't really sure what to search for next. There are two psyche locks that we need to unlock. One is we have to authenticate the urn. The other is Larry Butts is hiding something from us. Most likely that he wasn't doing his job like he was supposed to. Right? Hold on. Let me triple check. Night of the crime. A night of the crime. Were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Of course I was! Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Mr. Light? But that was that! And this is this! Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night, too? Never! I didn't sneak out! I tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. $1? Wow, now that's confidence. What's that drenched to the rain puppy dog look on your face? Do you have any evidence I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? The evidence that Larry was not manning his station when this murder happened is... I don't think I have it yet. So. I'm gonna triple check everything in this room. Okay, everything in here has been searched. Everything in here looks to have been searched. Into the basement. How can I prove the vase is authentic? Not the vase, the urn. The urn is authentic, which is different than a vase. Okay. Hey, you guys! Hey! We're investing in this place, so keep your hands to yourself. Boy, these policemen sure are a bunch of sourpusses. Well, Mr. Wright's detective did make complete and utter fools out of them. What's all this now? Move it along. Show's over. Aw. Doesn't look like they're going to let us investigate. I guess we might as well call it a day for this place and go look somewhere else. Alright. So, yep, that confirms my suspicions. I can't examine that place. Anything new? It's Master Mess! There's a tape recorder hanging from his neck. Let me see that. I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Ronnie used to say that a happy laugh is the lifeblood of a thief. Well, that certainly is a happy-sounding laugh, all right. Yes, the laughing isn't as easy as it sounds. The harder you try, the more fake it sounds. Yeah, Mr. Delight really works hard at his craft, huh? Missed. Oh, I know! It's a fishbowl! Well, it lets it down one that way. Anyway, it's a helmet. An alien helmet. And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it. I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver. Oh, that! Ronnie brought that home one day. He asked one of his friends from work if he could have it. It's a Space Ranger uniform. I've never seen Ronnie happier in his whole life. Oh man, now I want one too! I wonder if KB Security was in charge of security at the event from that old case. A bunch of cheap costume pieces arranged in a nice frame. Look, Nick! It's a fake beard! There's also a mask made out of cardboard. Here, Nick! Try this fake beard. Come on, try it on. Hey, cut it out. Put on the mask. It's Phoenix to Mask. If you like it, feel free to take it home with you. Thanks, but no thanks. Oh, that's so cute. It's called a hot air balloon, you know. Wow, there's no fooling you. I'm gonna make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick. That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. This could convince the courts that Ron Delight is Master Mask. Better not tell Maya. She gets kinda scary when it comes to celebrities. That is true. The emblem's supposed to be top secret, and he knows it. But it's not evidence, apparently. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here. What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? That's of the Mazarin Stone, the great albatross strategy. That's of the immortal goddess statue, the great knuckle bomber strategy. Did the police even investigate this place? The police took a look at all of that, you know. Really? Did they say anything? They said it wasn't important. Oh? Don't worry about it, Nicky boy. After all, my Ronnie is just an amateur. Amateur or not, this is cool. Knuckle Bomber. How cool is that? So Ron received a blackmail letter, huh? Received a blackmail letter, huh? Do you think Miss Delight knows about this? Well, if she did, I don't think she would have been smiling like that. I wonder if we should tell her about it. I think it'd be smarter if we didn't. Yeah, it's not like she could just look over there when we're not here and just go, oh, it's a blackmail letter. There are a bunch of books lying here. They're all romantic sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic deeds. Wow. Look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them. Let's see here. Note, must remember this thief's way of laughing. Very useful. Note, the calling card is an important part of any good thief's modus operandi. It was always Ronnie's dream to become a thief. Well, I guess you can chalk that one down as fulfilled. I wonder why Mr. Delight never talked to his wife about it. Yeah, well, I think she deserves some of the blame for not bringing it up either. Nick, it's a torpedo! It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real. Look at you pick up something like this. Please don't say that as if torpedoes are things people just leave lying around. Oh, I guess Miss Delight had nothing to say on that one. Oh, that's it for this room. Dang it, he's still not out. Okay. So clearly, I must be able to solve something. One of these Psyche Locks must be unlockable. I've got a couple options. Or rather, a couple ideas. I've got a lot of options, but a couple viable ideas. So we'll skip through all this again. And present him with... this? No? Okay. What's with the baby who had his favorite toy taken away from him? Look on your face. Do you even have evidence I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Of course it was the wallet itself. Why you brought this up? Okay, well, it was more obvious than I realized. This wallet, you know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar, you hand-delivered this wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock. In the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Ah! Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murderer might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Why do I have the feeling he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Wait, where is it? Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone, you know. That keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that! Any kind of request for info like that's supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound like a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yeah! No! Unlock successful. I got my point back. The night of the crime. Oh, I knew it! It's all my fault! It's my fault that the boss was killed! My fault! Larry. There was nothing I could do! I have important issues to deal with too, man! What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. What, one of his many girlfriends? Yeah, my Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her, and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend! It was like some horrible joke! Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally, I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So, this is why you left the security guard office? I'm sorry! It's all my fault! How could I ever make it up for Nick? What can I do? What? He's curled up on the floor, crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick! Is there anything I can do? Anything! Just name it! I'll do whatever I have to make it up for it! I swear I will! Larry. Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? She's right, maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick! Okay. What was it, Nick? Or, I don't know, pleasant? The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue. Like the professional guard I am. Wow. That's pretty good. Thanks. I try. Do you think you can tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Wowed about a buzzer. Okay, what's about the emergency buzzer? I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So it was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's on the first... Wait, the CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. As if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off at night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did! And I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could take just one more look for me? Pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry can make a mistake like that. Ah! Well, I spoke too soon. What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake! Huh? But how? It can't be! It's impossible! Okay, enough already. What about the records? At night, it went off just once. In the morning. At around 1 a.m. Dang it, Larry! You are the very reason the CEO died! 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible! It can't be! Wow. That's the record added to the court record. Ah, Larry! Why? You've never seen this? And he just gave this. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know? What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? No. Nothing at all. This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Hey, yo, Detective Gumshoe, you might want to see this. That's Gumshoe. Never mind, you don't care, okay. Seems kind of important for a detective to look at, but sure, why not? Why not show him? What else? No, wait, maybe, no, maybe, present this, excuse me, never mind, move detention center, nope, not detention center yet, move to my office, talk, no, let's present some evidence to Maya that I don't know anything about, she doesn't know anything about this, Probably where the sacred urn was supposed to be displayed. Yeah, I guess so. I should put my attorney badge there. Oh no, should I put my attorney's badge there? You know, as a replacement? I think it's a little too small for that. What about Magatama? Nah, you're being silly. That's definitely too small. It's bigger than your badge! You die before you painstakingly recreated that mess. Well, we could always clean it up first. True. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures too? Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it? Oh yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age. I wonder if nobody likes museums. Okay. A lot of these I've already read. That was some kind of important spell. Yeah. My mother read it and taught me to memorize it. I'll be in trouble if I ever forget it. Looks like the Korean channeling school is teetering dangerously on the edge. Okay, so what we've accomplished is obtaining a record of the alarm going off at 1:02 a.m. That's the only thing that came of that conversation. We can't explore anything in the Acme Detective Agency. I think we already went through all this yesterday. I'm just speed reading. Nope. Okay. I still don't have any way of authenticating the urn. I don't even have the urn. Okay, I've got one thing related to the urn I can possibly show her. Any evidence of the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine. This. Almost enters. That's fake after all. Huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I expected. It don't help me much. Okay, cool. No, 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 no. No. Okay. I don't have anything. I have very few people I can talk to. No. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KV Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. Oh, I know what that is. That's one of those key cards that from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. That's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. So this is Master Mask, huh? I wonder what kind of a house he lives in. Who knows? Maybe it's exactly like this house. You're so funny sometimes, Nicky boy. But if I was a famous thief, I'd live in a great, big, gorgeous mansion. I'll be sure to tell that to your husband. She don't know what that is. She don't know what that is. She don't know what that is. I'm just showing random things at this point. Do you know about this? Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business. It looks like Mr. Wright doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea that her husband is being blackmailed. Okay, she doesn't know. Confirm that. Didn't really accomplish much, but confirm that. Well, that didn't help. I still got no idea how a Master Mouse would go after a broken old pot like that. I mean, this tasteful old family heirloom. Good point. I'll go after a worthless... Good point. I'll go after a worthless piece of junk like... I mean, worthless in a good way. I mean, this is a first for the guy. Adrian Andrews hired Atme as security before the calling card even came. I wonder if that has anything to do with how things played out. Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal? Did the thief ever send these to the police? No, always to the victims. Until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though. That's not what happened. Oh, wait, this is... I've already seen this one. I'm just going to be asking about everything to everybody because I don't have a way to authenticate the urn. So I really don't have any options. There's no one new to talk about it. No one will talk about anything else. And there's no new evidence I can find, apparently. He's missing his brooch. Okay, here we go. Yep. The thing is, there's no evidence that the photo was tampered with. It was definitely taken at 12:58 a.m. I turned the tables at the trial today with the mystery of this missing brooch. I wonder if there's something more to this mystery piece of costume jewelry. There's a clue. Something more with the brooch. Never mind, not here though. It's a picture of the guy you're hunting. So Detective Atme wasn't hit in the back of the head after all. Or after all? That's right, because he was the real thief. He wanted it to look like he was knocked out. So he bent it on purpose. I'd stake my reputation on it. What kind of creep would ruin an antique for that? Oh, both of those things are the picture. Okay. About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron DeLite anyway? Well, Mr. DeLite used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it! Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. There's proof that Ron DeLite was here at this crime scene when the murder happened. His wallet and his key card, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. DeLite some more about those two things. Yeah, if only he wasn't in questioning. I've run out of things to ask about. Now? No. Okay, a little quiet to think. We've asked Miss Delight about everything. We've asked Gumshoe about everything. But I want to say everything. I'm talking about evidence. Wait a minute. I forgot I have a whole other thing to present. A whole other list of things to present. Oh, I know him. This is Ronnie's boss, the CEO guy. Well, now he's an ex-boss. Someone killed him last night. Naturally, I know that. He was a pretty sly man, let me tell you. Oh, really? You bet he was. He made Ronnie chief of one of the security teams. But that was just so he could work him like a slave. Did Mr. DeLite ever have a problem with Mr. Bullard himself? Even if he did, you think she'd ever tell you about it? Well, Ronnie isn't the type to complain about that kind of thing. I tried to get him to talk to me about work, but he never would. Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he? Just a few. Huh? Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale too, actually. It's pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man is his lame pickup lines. What's even more sad is said man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines. Looks like he blew it again, huh? Well, she's also a married woman, so it's not really that surprising. You know her? You don't know her, okay. Okay. Move back to the CEO's office. Let's ask about people. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal. Oh, yeah. The victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick. Now's our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask! Hey, there it is! That's what I was missing! Okay. Turns out I just need to look at the profiles. Can you tell us some more about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway? Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had a chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work. Well, and I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Really? Me too. I just love money. I can't ever get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. Anyway, looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Let me go already. Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Ooh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask. What? Really? Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation took a nosedive. Really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Wait, hold on. Never mind, you don't know about him. What do you know about him? The guy's a real puzzle, if you ask me. Then maybe I should be asking... Then maybe I should be asking you. Do you know something about him? Why would I know something? Well, it sure sounded like you two knew each other from the way you acted today. It's Mr. Godot that acts like he knows Nick, not the other way around. Exactly. You think I'd remember someone like him? I still say the whole thing's a bit suspect. Gotta feel sorry for him. He's kind of a sad young guy. Yeah, he seems to have a habit of always getting arrested prematurely. Well, it's just my personal opinion, but I think the police should have investigated the whole thing more carefully. But weren't you the one that arrested him with a giant goofy smile on your face? Come on, we don't have time to start with that. Let's just leave it alone. Move to... Oh, right. Detention center. Yes, finally! Oh my gosh. There we go. October 13th, detention center, visitor's room. Ah! Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight! Did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but... Please! Don't leave me alone anymore! Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well... you see... On the same night, the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store. A blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Thank you. Mask to Mask! Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are Mask to Mask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself! Here I am, the tragic clown! That's such a good line. Oh my gosh, he went absolutely Joker on them all. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn.
Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time.
So then the person dressed up as Master Mask in this photo, it's got to be Detective Atme. I still assert that that nose is too long to fit in that mask. I don't think it is. I don't think he is. Remember, it's the whole Pinocchio design thing. If a character in animation is usually drawn with a really long nose, he's probably a liar. The night of the crime. So that night, you didn't go to Lord the Tailor? You went to KB Security, right? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should.
Alright, what happened next?
Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. Why do you have that key card? When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone? That was an outline of Atme! Oh my gosh! I knew it! I was right! Luke Atme was not Master Mask. In fact, he may just be the killer! And suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam! Was it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe. Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew about how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Just because he knew how to avoid the cameras doesn't mean he was the killer. Why are you fired? Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security? Oh! How did you... I'm begging you! Please don't tell Desi! Please!
Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet.
Thank goodness. No. I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why are you even hiding it from her anyway? Jessie would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over.
Not only that, why did you become a thief in the first place?
Because Jessie spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. How does she live on her own before she was married then? Jeez! Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway. So he became Master Mask for Desiree, huh? See? He really might be Master Mask. calling card. Did you send this? No. That is... I don't know anything about that. I mean, I had other plans for that night already. That's true. He did get that blackmail letter after all. What about Detective Atman? Could he be the one who sent it? It looks that way. I can't think of anyone else. Yeah. That night, because of the letter, I had no choice but to go to KB Security. Wow, this is cool! I'm really into this kind of stuff. Oh yeah? It's one of our most valuable treasures. If I ever get out of here, me and Desi will go to Lord and Taylor to check out the whole treasures of Kurain exhibit. Okay, I guess. Just promise me you won't steal anything, okay? Oh, don't worry. We'd be going when I'm not on the job as Master Mask. Well, that's reassuring. It's like, when I'm on the job as a career criminal, I don't steal then. I'm off the clock. It's not fully admitted, but everyone's just like, so you're the Master Mask. Yes, I am. Okay, we fully accept that. Even though we're saying it's at me. So weird. This? Never mind. Let's say one way or the other. Hey look, it's your card. That's what I was wondering. What are you still doing with this key card anyway? Didn't you return it when you left your job at KB Security? Of course I returned it! Don't be silly! But it got sent back to me along with the blackmail letter. With the blackmail letter? Yes, it said, use this to enter the CEO's office. The buzzer went off just once around the time the bullet was killed. Oh! That's scary! Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight? Sorry. I'm afraid I don't. I'm not surprised at how clueless he is anymore. That's the emergency buzzer from the CEO's office. Don't press it. It makes a terrible racket. Sorry. I just love making a lot of noise. Does this buzzer have something to do with this case? Well, at this point, I don't really know yet. After all, there were no prints on it or anything else for that matter. That is interesting. Oh, but Atme wears gloves. He rang the buzzer after he killed... I'm only saying this because they showed us a silhouette of Atme. So Atme killed... I'm assuming Atme killed Bullard and then pressed the buzzer, then smacked Mr. Delight in the head, stunning him while he ran and got away. Here you go. This list. We found it in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullard. Hey! This is a list of all the things Master Max stole! And that's the value of each item listed next to them. $100,000, $150,000. Are you sure that's the value of the stolen items? The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the prices should be at least 3 times higher than that. I guess he knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. Also, he was I think he actually might... Either he's Master Mask or Desiree's the Master Mask. One of them is. Because how else is he getting money when he has no job? This one. Hey, this is an article about my debut heist! But that's you in the background. Boy, that was a tough one. For I knew it, they were out on my trail. But Master Mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right! I got a sudden burst of inspiration! I hid my Master Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh? That's why he's in the picture. Wow. Awesome. Hey, hold the phone. The guardian's photo. Is this you, Mr. Delight? That's right. Nice trick if I do so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. About first heist. Garden photo is Ron Delight. But as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Detective Atme found the Master Mask disguise? That's interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. That must have been a really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Letters? Plural? Blackmail letters? You got them starting when? Tell me more, now! Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. All of a sudden, things start to come to light. He really is Master Mask. This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity? Just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give up! It went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure. I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. The plans? Heist plans? What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean the one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was Master Mask after all. After all? Yeah, Ron Delight was Master Mask. But he wasn't Master Mask on the night of the murder. But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail. All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. You trying to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans too? Well, see, the truth is I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. See, here's the thing. Wanna know why he was so determined to say, "It was me! I stole the urn!" Is he was at the scene of the crime of a murder and knew they would blame him if he didn't have an alibi, and he didn't have an alibi. So his alibi had to be, "I stole the urn." As soon as he found out that the urn was stolen. All I did was follow the instructions to steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Delight, is everything you just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? From the mask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes, but please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course! I could never. I'm not lying! All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? That's true. That's exactly why. Now it makes sense why he was so determined to be guilty. I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic... Oh, wait. Mystic Maya! Hey! Pearly! I'm back! Hey, Pearls. So what have you been up to this whole time? The Sacred Urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Crane. Back to Crane Village to have it examined. And? What'd you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew! That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint. And that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We gotta find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick. We gotta find out how they got there. Okay. We'll go find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me. I won't. You're my client. Okay, good. It's back in my record. So... Found Appy's office, covered in pink splotches, but it's the genuine article. That means it's time to... Wait. Mr. Wright, are you absolutely sure about this testimony? That you stole the treasures as you were directed by a series of blackmail letters? Yes, and I got money for them in return. It seemed like a good deal. He doesn't look like he's lying. And how do you explain Detective Atmy's crazy confession? It's the same thing. He also needed an alibi. And didn't have one. But the fact of the matter is... this is neither Ron Delight nor Luke Atmy. Which begs the question, who is the third Mask to Mask? And I say third because I'm pretty confident I'm going to consider Luke Atmy one of the, part of Mask to Mask. Because I don't know. He believes himself to be such a genius. And tried to manipulate the entire situation all to his favor. That I think Luke Atmy is the one sending him the blackmail letters and the instructions. The real question is, how did the urn get into his place in the first place when he was at the security office's CEO's office? The security company's CEO office. So how did he get all the way over there? Or, how did he get the urn? We've already established it's really far between the office and the museum. Okay. I think we'll go here. I can't help it, I just have to see what happens. Never mind, she won't even look at it. Okay. In which case... we'll go back here so we can get over to the exhibition hall and drop down to talk to... Where? You better still be here. You are, okay. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. How nice to see you. Dang. A lot of women in this episode. My voice is not tailored toward doing female voices. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to?
Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see.
Maybe we take another good look at this urn. We can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's take a look around one more time. Okay. This box. There's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box that the sacred urn was in. It looks like there's pink paint on it too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now. How the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. A wooden box that had the sacred urn on it, in it, has pink paint stains on it. Detective Atney said he got hit in the back of the head with this by the thief. But that was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Atney was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. It looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix the sword myself! I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it for you. So you never knew it was bent in the first place. But please be gentle with it. Looks like part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the bird. Ha! Got it! It was the hamburger. Why would anyone write hamburger that big? Like, maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something. Kinda doubt it. Ha! Got it! Maybe it said spaghetti. Why are you talking about food? Oh, wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said spaghetti festival. What do you think? Okay to me. Yep, okay to me. Besides, spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. This is the camera and computer that Detective Atney set up, huh? That's what he said. And yet he still let it take a picture of him. I guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be. The camera belonged to Lord Lee Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Atney, Max the Mask, allow that to happen? I don't think he did. Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. What I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere. The door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. I guess it's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. The statue wasn't where it is now when we first came here, right? Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it? Well, if someone moved it, it was probably Master Mask. Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Amy while he stole the urn. Hey, cut it out. You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk. This. Nope. It says organi. No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organized. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, well, I guess no one else can read either because this place is a mess. Yeah. So you should feel right at home, right? Ow. Truthful, but ow. Looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it's shaped oddly, and it's shocking pink. Mr. Nick! Could it be that this odd shape is... Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah! That's the box the Sacred Urn was in! If you look here, there's a bit of paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right! Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. I have the whole picture, even though I have no idea where it's going. Completely dry, the box of the Sacred Urn fits in the gap perfectly. I think it's all starting to become clear. But I'm much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to that urn. Okay. Present. Wait. That was a lot of talking, a lot of searching, a lot of clicking, a lot of button pressing. We'll save. Before doing this. The Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same. So that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Yup! Bam! Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Crane Village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice. I don't see how... What she discovered was that the urn had been broken. Again. What did you say? Again? Yes. It was broken once, a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? I kind of want to show the... Oh, right, here. This poster. It was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said, I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says, Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. Yeah, that thing was barely holding together. I think you fixed it because it broke and made it better again. That was a mistake. Now tell the truth. Now, tell the truth.
Ah, wait!
4.
Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it.
Huh?
Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened.
Looks like she's not going to give up that last Psyche-Lock so easily.
Do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor?
I'm pretty sure it's the paint on the box. Well, Miss Andrews?
What is this supposed to mean?
This urn has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. And there's some on the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say?
So, what does that prove?
That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lordly Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means that the urn was broken here too.
So can you prove that? Can you prove that the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse?
Yeah.
Ah!
I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yes. More or less.
There's pink paint splattered on the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. But there's an odd shape imprinted into part of the paint stain. Am I right?
Yes.
If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken.
Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright.
I am right, aren't I? Unlock successful. The sacred urn.
I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn.
Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher.
I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did.
Well, that's not so hard to understand. Is it, Pearly?
No, not at all. I know just how she feels.
I think Maya knows that Pearls broke the urn and has been staying quiet about it because she knows Pearl is a little sensitive to that. About that.
It happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken, on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box when I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box, and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream.
I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands.
Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Grain Village. so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Amy. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Amy. Any sane person? Really?
Aww. Poor little Pearls couldn't spell. Oh, Pearls. He's just... Oh, Pearls.
She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom, and no one had seen it since then. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. Sacred urn updated in the court record. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. The Amy Faye statue.
Aha! Wait, she was the one who moved it? The first time that we came down here. Oh no, she moved it to cover it. And then, I guess somebody moved it later. Okay, I see. It was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. Mr. Nick.
There were no paint marks on the walls or floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And? I realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. And at that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews?
Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, then who was it? Who would have done it and why?
On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Well, it wasn't covering anything but the paint, so that's very weird. Then the next day it was moved. But why? Yeah, I thought maybe it was on some sort of sewer grate or something, but no, there's no sewer grate there. Turned to the basement warehouse the day of the crime. Moved again that night. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case.
Why? Why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief, Rhonda Light, was at KB Security. So then why did another master mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. To be continued. Okay. Let's save. Oh, wait. Well, I'm saving over the second one anyway. Later. But first, I need to get myself a drink. Because I'm out of soda. BRB. Hey peeps, we're back. Thank you for excusing our little hydration break. Got some water. Good for the throat. And some more caffeine for when I finish my water. You gotta stay hydrated, you know. It's something I'm doing lately. After every can of soda, I drink a glass of water before the next one. For the next can of soda. And that's that for the glass of water. Alright, let's get in here. Shall we? Excuse me. Welcome to trial. I think it's at 9:54 a.m. Hey, Nick! What is it this time?
You don't believe how many people are here for the trial.
Well, it is a murder case.
What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door.
Next door?
Why do you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmy's trial today.
Detective Atmy?
They say they're going to try him with mask to mask.
Already? That was fast.
Boy, I'd love to see mask to mask trial.
I know.
By the way, where's Pearls?
What was that red I know? What was that?
Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
I know you don't like me. What's going on? What is that? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh?
Yeah, ever since that incident last year.
Please! Don't ignore me!
Oh, Mr. Light! Good morning.
No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone.
Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean
You're the murderer? You don't mean you're the murderer? No! No! I'm just a poor thief! No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Not if they're successful. Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock.
Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always.
I'm afraid that's not an option. October 14th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. It really isn't an option. He's right. We gotta get this done before Atmy's trial is done.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. That didn't sound like what you said yesterday.
Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Goodall.
Ah, dang, I gotta get in voice. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all.
I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Goodall.
Ha! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. But that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right?
Yes. Well, then, let me briefly summarize the details of the case.
Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change.
The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day.
I don't feel like I'm getting the right inflections. I hate when you have an off day in voice acting. You're just like, oh man, I can't get the right voice.
Well then, there we go. Okay, gotta get the jowls.
And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant.
Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness.
Ah, my hair. There we go. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. That's enough to kill a man! 17 cups of coffee? You're gonna OD on caffeine! Which you have to really try! Plus, being a diuretic, you gotta take a lot of bathroom breaks. But the first one is always the best.
Mr. Godot, your witness?
Okay then. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLight, has to say for himself.
The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. Back to the first episode of this, third game. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. DeLight to testify. Ha! You got guts, Tripe.
All right then, Mr. DeLight, please take the stand.
Okay, I think I'm finally getting back to the judge's voice. I don't know why I had so much trouble. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No, that's not true.
For a moment there, I thought we'd set the
That actually really hit me hard. I can't even do it. I'm still laughing. Okay, hold on. Okay. Did you do it? Yes, we're done.
For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Well, Mr. DeLight already looks plenty guilty with the face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you just... Did you do it? Yeah, no, not even did you, just you did it. Yep! Was me! I did it! What'd I do? Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
My visit to KB Security.
Witness testimony.
That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
Wow, this is gonna just offload a bunch of this on everybody here now.
1 a.m. The exact time the murder took place.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Yeah, right?
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
You got it, Judge. My visit to KB Security, cross-examination.
That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security.
1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit...
1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Yeah, that would be too late for a coffee date.
The black mail letter I got, it ordered me to go there.
It ordered you there?
It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that.
Why don't you save that for later, Mr. Light? Please don't say any more. What should I do? Wait. Well, wait. Dang it, guys! These games are great. Why did you not proofread the typing? Now what should I do? I do. It's what it says. I think it's just supposed to be, what should I do? No, what should do I do? I think it's just supposed to be, what should I do? Not even what do I do, just what should I do? Press harder! So what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring $50,000.
Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder.
Oh, but wait! Wait! I never intended to pay the money anyway.
Oh?
Is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Ha! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. What an odd thing to say in your internal monologue. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me any trouble or anything. Why? Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
The blackmail letter said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole masked thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me.
He didn't?
Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me.
So that's why Mr. Light didn't believe he was Master Mask. Why?
That's why I knew they were all just hollow threats. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right?
Yes, that's right.
The security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject.
How was your life after being fired? What did you do after being fired from KB Security?
I spent a lot of time looking for work, but then I decided I wanted to start something myself.
Not good. This is going from bad to worse.
So I started looking at books, TV, and movies, learning all I could about masked men.
Masked men?
So you wanted to try drawing a comic, right? About masked men? Haha! No, that's not right. I want to become... Hold it! Your Honor, let's move along, shall we?
But you asked a question.
You're being quite odd today, Mr. Wright. Way to ping the spinning buzzsaw one notch closer to your own neck, Ace Attorney.
Wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least is what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah.
Crud. Okay, so that was it. That was the last part. Oh, dang. I forgot how short that was. Jeez. There it is. That's it. That's his entire testimony. This is the last part. Why were you fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. I've been wondering that since I found out yesterday.
Well,
the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back.
Defendant, please answer the question.
I needed money.
You needed money?
Well, you see, Jessie loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby.
Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick?
My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company.
Come again? You didn't tell me that!
KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was security team chief,
You stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bullet found out, and I was fired immediately.
What? I wish I'd never asked that.
Yeah. Turns out, Godot was right this time. I wish I'd never asked that.
I was somehow able to keep it secret. I made it seem like I had quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct?
Yes. I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster.
He fired me for selling company secrets. But Desi doesn't know about that.
Why would you do something like that?
Well, for Desi's hobby. What else?
Wasting money, huh?
It's not a waste!
So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has even gotten Maya to think seriously about couples. Ah.
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
He's avoiding something, so I need to present something. Okay, what's he hiding? Hold on. Want to see him? What do I have? No. Yes, here. The blackmail letters. Why he was stealing. 1:02 a.m. buzzer. Security office. There are no fingerprints on it. Guard has run the light. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. But that could have been what he was paid with, I guess. Warehouse camera went off at around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime. Sent before a heist. The emblem is top secret. I don't know. This seems kind of important. Wait. This. Wait, hold on. The blackmail letter. No, not that. Okay, not the blackmail letter. Blackmail threat didn't scare me. Wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Wasn't going to cause you trouble or anything, huh? Not even with Desi? Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person? Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. What? But listen to me! My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Godot. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Light stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh. No, everything's falling neatly to place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry! I don't know how to make that threatening but also whiny. I think that was close.
Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was
sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. DeLong? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
Yep.
Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to,
What were you wearing?
Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead.
What were you wearing?
I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind.
Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that.
What are you saying? I really was attacked!
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Wright? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you like another cup. I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead.
Oh wait, suspicious shadow.
Who was this suspicious shadow?
If there were 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you. Trust me. Just dodging all of our questions is not helping us win this case. Okay, then how was the victim Mr. Bullard at that time?
What do you mean by how was he?
Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place.
That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Forget it. It's important to know these things. It's not important for me to know these things. You need to know them. You're the one on trial! Sorry. He's frustrating me. Just his attitude.
What do you think? Should I know this?
Yes, you should.
Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed.
Your forehead?
Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack.
Do you remember anything about who hit you?
Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit, so I think I was a little dazed for a while.
I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. Agreed.
If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed.
What were you wearing? A hat? A mask? That? Could you please clarify what you are referring to?
Why, my Master Mask costume, of course.
Wait just a moment. Master Mask?
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
What?
He's like, I really am Master Mask.
Nick, did you know about this? Nick, did you never... Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either.
Even I didn't know that.
Like, everyone's like,
Even I didn't know that.
It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind?
My 6th cup of coffee is
staring up at me coldly.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume.
Why were you dressed up as Master Mask?
Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course.
What are you talking about? Master Mask's trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected.
Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? Press harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer?
Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding
Mr. Buller's. Ah, dang it! More! He's digging more! He won't stop digging! He's trying to dig to China! Ah! Stop!
This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
This is horrible for our case.
What was that? Back up a second.
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
Even the judge is he's completely incredulous. Like, what the heck, man? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. No kidding.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one out in the loop here? Why am I not the only one not in the loop here? Witness! Make sure you add this to the testimony!
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Looks like a storm front is moving in over the Fairweather Judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway?
Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer.
I want to smack him!
That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kinda lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it.
Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh! Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. I know how to play the game! Stop telling me how to play the game! I know what I'm doing! This is the third game! We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in this testimony either.
I bet you he's still hiding something.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him.
I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated.
Okay, here we go. Did I ask this one? I don't know if I did. When you came to?
Yes, I was passed out in the corner of the room.
Do you know when your assailant made their escape and to where?
I'm afraid I don't really remember.
Huh?
Once they hit me, I lost all track of what was going on. I think that's when they made their escape.
Ha! That's certainly a convenient story for you, isn't it?
It certainly is, isn't it, Mr. Wright? It almost sounds practiced.
I don't know why you're telling me. Okay, so there's something about this, the whole 10 minutes thing. This seems important. Buzzer! Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
And what might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Rondelite truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzard sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Objection!
Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. I'm sure it's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. It's a battle of objections, people! This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Ugh. This is my 12th cup of coffee. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Unconscious? So he fainted?
That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it could only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer.
Order in the court! Mr. Wright, this is...
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kate Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. Ah!
Cocaine Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene. But how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer?
I can prove it, all right. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. And it's the buzzer itself! I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind. It's a spit take. I don't know how do you do a sound effect for a spit take? Like, I don't really want to actually spit water everywhere. I have to clean it up. Ron Delight obviously wiped him off. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. And Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints?
Order! Order! Order!
It would seem I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency button? Buzzer! Whatever the thing's called. Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick! Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away, if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond?
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say.
Very well then. Oh, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
Well, I've got the option to save. Time to hear every single stupid option. To see what it did! In all probability, the killer didn't know what the button was for.
What do you mean?
The killer probably thought, I wonder what this does, and pressed it to find out. Oh, that's exactly how I make a lot of my mistakes too.
Objection!
Ha! Is there a functioning brain underneath all that ridiculous hair, Mr. Wright? Huh? The panel around the button is labeled quite clearly. It says emergency buzzer. Don't! Don't! Just a big ol' Homer Simpson. Don't! Let me guess. Maybe next you'll want to claim this mysterious killer was illiterate. I'm doing this because it's stupid. I don't want to lose my points over stupid. So I'm doing it because they're stupid answers. They didn't mean to! In all probability, the killer didn't mean to press it. What do you mean? It's possible that they simply pressed it by accident. It could have been with their back during the scuffle, for example. Aha! That must be why there weren't any fingerprints. Ha! Is there any functioning brain underneath all that ridiculous hair, Mr. Wright? Huh? The accused testified that he was hit soon after that he was hit as soon as he entered the room. In other words, as far away from the buzzer as he could possibly be at the time. Ah!
It seems you've been taken for a ride, Mr. Wright.
And back to the first. And to call the security guard. That's the real reason. The right answer. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer! Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder! Too bitter!
Order! Order! Order!
It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. It's the exact opposite of eating and words. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person in here right now. But, who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Rhonda Light for the murder of Kane Bullard?
Well, I don't even need all that information. I have a silhouette dragged out of Rhonda Light's memories. So, bam! Detective Luke Atme. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective Luke Atme.
You mean Master Mask did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder.
Which is the more serious crime?
They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atme confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as mask to mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty?
Mask to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask to Mask was Luke Atme's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi.
A guilty verdict. As an alibi? I've been had!
You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Mr. Luke Atme's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal.
Am I really sure about this? Well, they're playing the music, so me save right here. It's the music that says, you better save right now, or else you could have to go back a while. Ha! A bet's only good when your life's the ante. What? No, that's not true at all! Mr. Wright, I believe in you! Mr. Delight. So, please, I'm begging you! Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice. It sounds like... Mia!
Your Honor! The defense requests an immediate recess!
Ha! So that's your answer, huh?
Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5.
Well, Sir Detective Atme.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who...
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant, Luke Atme.
Objection! Oh, hold it. Okay, I was expecting an objection. Hold it. Wait! Don't hand out your verdict yet, please!
Well, well, Sir Lawyer.
Welcome to my courtroom. Well, I was just gonna go with a regular, dignified voice because of how I looked. But now I gotta do this. Who's this hoser, eh? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme.
Accusation? You accuse Master Mask.
That man is not Master Mask! He's just a ruthless murderer! What? Eh? What? Eh? What? Eh? That's all I could think of, because he's just like, when you use the word hoser, that is a distinctly Canadian thing to do. To my knowledge. There are not many Americans who use that, except also Minnesotans. Well, there is no way we can do another chapter today. I'm sorry. We have less than half an hour, and each of these takes longer than half an hour. I'm going to have to call it right here. Looks like we're continuing this next week. But don't worry. We'll be here next Saturday with more mysteries behind Mask to Mask. Who is the real Master Mask? Do we have him finally uncovered? Is the secret finally revealed? Have I saved in the appropriate spot? Yes, that last one is yes. But we'll find out the answers to the rest of them next time. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Every week and every day you do. I greatly appreciate all of you. I hope to see you all next week. Same time. Same place. Until then, be well, be safe, and have a glorious week. Peace out, all. Bye.